What's going on, y'all? It's your boy GP, and you're rocking with me on the Aqua Method Podcast. This is episode 2, and this episode is going to be the true introduction to this new project of mine. And because the last episode 1, was something I just had to get off my chest. Something I wanted to say about the Lafayette theater shooting that happened 2 days ago now. 2 nights ago, I should say. It happened on the 23rd. And it was just a horrible thing that happened to a fantastic place, Lafayette, Louisiana. And the facts are out there. You can check it out if you want. See what really happened. The cops and the local police departments and the FBI was even down here. Everybody's doing this. The investigation is still going on. So if you want to look it up, check it out. Like I said in the last podcast, rest in peace to the 2 ladies who lost their lives. I won't say their names on this platform, but again, it's all out there. You can check it out. Rest in peace to those 2 ladies whose lives were cut short, unfortunately. They just wanted to watch a movie with their friends, and they became victims in a tragedy, and it's a shame. And speedy recovery to those who haven't yet been released from the hospital. Their injuries range from minor to critical. So hopefully everybody gets home safe and gets home healthy, But I said my piece on that in the last podcast, and I'm not gonna do it again. It's just nice to see that people are saying, our thoughts are with Lafayette, and all the nice things that people are saying from around the world, from around the state, and from around the country. It's really nice to see that type of support to our city, and I think it's a beautiful thing. And but yeah, so lighter news. This is the Aqua Method Podcast. This is my brand new project. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to start a podcast just for fun. This is all me. This is my opinions, how I view things, how I look at the world. My opinions on sports, on pop culture, on movies, comic books, music, hip hop music primarily. Just my thoughts on certain things, and I hope that y'all stay with me. I plan on doing this once a week. Maybe I can do some interviews and get my friends in on it, and I just want to see how it develops and how it grows and how things take shape and how things form. And you never know, this might be something that can make me like Jenna Marbles level on YouTube, or Bill Burr level on the podcast. That'd be kind of cool. That's the dream. That's the goal. Maybe this thing can be cool and be very profitable and make me a lot of money and take me to places unknown. To new stratospheres and stuff like that. But if not, this will just be a fun project, and I'm gonna have a good time doing it. And I hope y'all have a good time rolling with me. I'm just trying to develop this voice and this platform, and make it something cool, So, and I know that the internet is not short of people with opinions. So I know that if I'm doing something wrong, if y'all don't like what I'm doing, y'all gonna let me know, and I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt, and hopefully I get better at this, and I'm just doing my best, and I'm trying something new, because this is what I want to do. I want to be a part of the media. I want to be a part of the movers and the shakers and the people with opinions, and just having fun and letting you into my life and letting you into my views and my perspectives and stuff like that. But yeah, man, Aqua Method Podcast, episode 2, essentially episode 1. And that's what it is. My name is GP. And a little bit about me. I'm a proud graduate of the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Proud Raging Cajun. Got a bachelor's degree in broadcasting, something I'm very proud of. I work in a local TV station. I said that in the last podcast, and I'm extremely proud of that. And I just want to keep growing and learning and doing bigger and better things, you know. I just want to keep going and never giving up. And I want to keep learning. I want to be an all-time great. And I want to inspire others. I want to do things that make people laugh and clap their hands. I keep saying that. And it sounds funny, but it's the truth. I just want to make people smile and give them something to aspire to, and just be somebody that makes other people better. And hopefully I can do that with this podcast and with the projects I want to do in the future, you know. And that's why I'm doing this. A little bit about me, my favorite stuff. Let's see here. Like I said, I want to talk about sports. I don't have the ESPN level knowledge of sports. But I have an opinion, and I just want to get it out there. Like, my favorite sports team is the New Orleans Saints of the NFL. I love the New Orleans Saints. I'm a big fan of the New Orleans Pelicans. I like the New Orleans Pelicans a lot. I like when there was the Hornets. I wasn't really that interested when there was the Hornets. But now the New Orleans Pelicans, and it's cool that we have our professional basketball team has an identity that is uniquely Louisiana, uniquely New Orleans, and I think that's cool. The blue, gold, and red, and the Pelicans. It was, at first people thought it was silly, and but I like it. I like the logo. I love the logo. I love everything about it. So when we became the Pelicans, I really started to have an affinity towards the team. I always cheer for the home team though, because we have a representation in the Premier Football League of the world, the National Football League, and we have representation in the Premier Basketball League of the world, the NBA, and I think that's awesome. So I support the Saints and the Pelicans. I like the Miami Heat a lot. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a big fan of Miami Heat. I became a fan of the Miami Heat with when LeBron went to the Heat, and so people get confused thinking that I am a LeBron James fan. I am a LeBron James fan, but I am a Miami Heat fan first. LeBron James fan second. I think he's awesome. He's a legend, and he's the closest thing that we have to a superhero on planet Earth right now. He's the closest thing to a superhero that we have living today. But I became a fan of the Heat because of him, because when he left Cleveland, there was so much hatred that I didn't understand it. Like, this man has a choice. Why are people so crazy? I mean, let him go. Like, this is his choice. He didn't do anything illegal. He didn't break any rules. He had a choice to leave. He left, and people were slandering him and was really near disrespectful towards him. And I didn't understand that. So I'm like, well, you know what? Everybody else is gonna hate this team because they're trying to be the super friends, and it was LeBron James was the primary focus of it, but the fact that he and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh got together and trying to form this monopolizing super team made people lose their minds and didn't like it. So I'm like, I'm going to support that team because nobody else is, and that's the reason why I am a Heat fan, because nobody else liked them, that's the way it seemed. Like, everybody hated them for that silly reason. Now, you don't like the Heat because you like the Knicks or you like the Bulls, you like teams in the Eastern Conference. That's cool. That makes sense. But you don't like the team just because LeBron James left your city, or you don't like the team because LeBron James is joining up with two other All-Stars. That's silly to me. So that's why I'm a Miami Heat fan. That's why I'm a Miami Heat fan today, even though LeBron left. And I thought that, man, we got that if we would have won that last championship, against the Spurs, I think he would have stayed. I thought when he won his second one, I thought that was the year that he was going to be a free agent, and I'm like, well, he's not gonna leave now because we just won another championship. His second straight, he's not gonna leave. But I was messed up. The next year was his free agent year, so that was the year he would have to three-peated, and who knows, he might have still left. But I'm still a fan of LeBron James. Like I said, he's a superhero. Like he is doing things that is remarkable, and I got the opportunity to see him play the Pelicans. Last year I think, and a Pelicans smoked them, smoked the Heat, man. It was an awesome game, but I was conflicted because, like I said, I'm a fan of the Heat and the Pelicans, so I didn't know who to root for. So I was just enjoying the moment. You know, my cousin, my older cousin was with me. My ex-girlfriend, my girlfriend at the time, I should say, was with me, and it was a great night. And so I got the opportunity to see Anthony Davis and LeBron James play, so that was real cool. And let's talk about the Pelicans for a second, since we own sports. It's summer league right now, right? So either summer league is just finishing or it's still going on. I don't know. I don't really care. But I know that the Pelicans had Seth Curry, that's Steph Curry's little brother, playing for the Pelicans in the summer league. So I'm like, and Stephen Curry is a great, he's awesome. He just won a championship, and like I feel like if he's anywhere on the floor, he can make a shot. So I feel like that those winning genes was probably also instilled in his little brother Seth, right? So him being a Pelican would have been cool, like we got Anthony Davis, we got Norris Cole, Drew Holiday, I think it would have been a cool team. I think having him would have helped, and I think we would have been in that next step. We made the playoffs. I think we'd have did even better if we had Steph Curry. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's garbage. Who knows? I don't know. But I feel like something he probably got something from his older brother, right? Well, we didn't sign him. He signs with the Sacramento Kings, and we got Kendrick Perkins. We already got Anthony Davis. We don't need another center. Like, what we need another bench warmer for? Like, I don't get it. Best of luck to Kendrick Perkins. I don't mean no disrespect. I don't really care. I don't mean, like I said, I don't mean no disrespect to him. But we could have did better than Kendrick Perkins. Like, no disrespect. I'm off that. Anyway, Saints, Pelicans, Heat, and those are my three favorite teams. I root for the Anaheim Ducks only because of the Mighty Duck franchise. I like the Saskatchewan Rough Riders of the Canadian Football League only because I like their logo and I think their uniforms are cool. And one of my neighbors in my apartment complex had a Saskatchewan whatever, however you say it, Rough Riders flag, a big old banner, hanging outside their apartment, and I thought it was cool. So I'm like, I'm gonna root for that team, and it's cool because I think ESPN plays Canadian Football League games on Thursdays, which is dope. So like to slate my I should say to slate my my need for football for professional football, I could watch Canadian football, which is kind of cool. So go Rough Riders. Let's see. I don't care about the MLB at all. I don't care. I don't have a favorite baseball team. I kind of like the Royals because I like the color blue, pretty much. I don't really care about baseball at all. It's a boring sport. It's too long. It takes up too much of the sports year. But I tell you what, now I'm thinking about it. Without baseball, that'd be like, what would ESPN be talking about right now? I mean, you could talk about the NFL all year round, and basketball had just ended, hockey had just ended, but without baseball, there would be nothing to talk about right now. So I guess it serves that purpose. And then there's a lot of people who love baseball, like my one of my coworkers at the station, he loves baseball. He's a big Red Sox fan. Unfortunately, the Red Sox ain't doing too well right now, but he's a big Red Sox fan, and I just can't watch it, man. I could watch it when my cousin played baseball. I could watch it and I enjoyed watching it, but there was an attachment to it because he played, So I had a reason to watch, But not having a professional team in Louisiana, MLB team in Louisiana, I'm just not interested. And it's so boring. And like there's so little action, there's so little happening. I got into it. My alma mater, UL. We were in the running for the College World Series. When we had to play LSU. I think if we beat LSU, we would have been in the finals, like the College World Series, like the final, the championship series, I should say. We lost to LSU. I think they swept us. So F LSU. But yeah, I was really interested in baseball. Then I even went to the game. They played the game at Cajun at Teague Moore Field, the baseball field in Lafayette, and I went to that. They played the game on the big old jumbotron, and I had a good time. I watched the game and I enjoyed myself, but we lost, and I went back to my apathetical views towards baseball. Couldn't care less. But yeah, football is it. Football is king, and I love football. I love the NFL. I love fantasy football. I started playing fantasy football. This is my third year right here, and I'm like, why didn't I start this earlier? It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. I only play it but it only makes sense if you're playing for money. It only makes sense if there's something on the line, Like I can't. Why are you playing fantasy football if not for cash, if not for something, some sort of prize, a trophy, something. Like why are you doing this like for nothing? Like I can't. Like it doesn't make sense. That don't make sense to me right there. But yeah, fantasy football is a lot of fun, man. It's just like that, and that fuels the NFL being a year-round thing, It's the best sport in America, and it's amazing how big it's gotten and how much money is involved, and like these NFL players are revered like superheroes and like actors and movie stars. They deservedly so. They are superstars and stuff like that. But one thing the NFL should never do is expand to London. Like, why would you do that? I understand why. The reason why to do it is for London dollars. You want more money. You got American money. You got, you're getting worldwide money, I'm sure, because I'm sure like it's not as worldwide as football, as soccer. I don't think it'll ever be as worldwide as that. Being so uniquely American, this gridiron football that we have over here. But I think it's popular in other countries, but like it doesn't have to be, because like you get enough American dollars. This is a $1 billion industry. You get enough American dollars. There's no need to go try to get other money. I understand capitalism. If there's a dollar to be had, you gotta go. Should go try to get it if you really want it. But I hope that we never ever have an NFL team. Never ever have an NFL team in London or in anywhere else that is not America, or at least not. Maybe Canada. That'd be cool. They have an NFL team in Canada. You can have an NFL team in Mexico, like they're trying to do in MLB, the Major League Baseball. They're thinking about putting another team in Canada, maybe a team in Mexico City. That's cool, but don't have no team in London. Don't do that, because it's too far away. Like the trip from, you got the Giants and the Jets right on the East Coast, right? The trip for them, I don't even know how long that is, but it's a long trip, right? to go from New Jersey to Wembley Stadium in London, it's got to be that's got to be a trek, right? And you got Seattle on the other side of the country. Think about that. You got Seattle. How is Seattle traveling to play the team in London? You know, and then like in the NFL, you don't play the same teams every year, right? Like you do in the other 3 major sports in America. But at some point, you got to go over there. That's a trip. You know, that's a giant trip. You know, and then there's thinking like maybe have a couple teams in London so that, you know, you don't have to have that much travel. Like no teams in London. My thing is this: you want those euros, you want those pounds, you want those British money. Here's what you do: you make it so that you get your scientists, your NFL scientists, the geniuses with the algorithms, the mathematicians, the logistical people. You get all those folks there, and you make it so that every team plays in London every year, once a year. Once a year, you have a game in London, just like you're guaranteed to have a Thursday night game, you're guaranteed to have a Monday night game, you're guaranteed to have a London game. Boom, simple. That way, they have a full slate of games over there on that side. You know, if you want that money, and then like that'll develop. What's the word I'm looking for? That'll develop a sort of kinship to like there might be a Saints fan in London for whatever reason, or a Buccaneer fan, or a Raider fan in London, you know, or a Cowboy fan or whatever, you know. They could do it like that, and they'll see these teams every year, and they'll get excited when quote unquote their team comes. And you get the money like that. You get the merchandising money and the memorabilia money and all that stuff like that. Have a game in London. Every team has a game in London every year. And since the Jaguars got like the special relationship with Wembley, they get 2 games or 3 games in London a year. Boom. Got 16 games in a season. Give Jaguars 2 games in London. Every other team plays once. Boom. There you go. Instead of making a team in London. And I like it. I mean, I think I like that the world is getting more open-minded, but I like that the NFL is so embedded in America. You know, I like that. Like, you got NBA. I mean, and there's nothing wrong. We got players from all over the world that play in the NFL, but the NFL itself is almost strictly an American thing, you know. And I should look it up, like the statistics of how many fans are in other countries for the NFL. I'll bet you, I'm willing to bet it's bigger than I think, you know, and bigger than it's purported, you know, because they make it seem like, you know, there's a lot of, you know, like basketball is worldwide. It's more worldwide, and baseball is more worldwide, and hockey is more worldwide, and of course soccer is worldwide. But there's nothing wrong with NFL being an American thing, you know. But I ain't mad at. I understand the reason for going to London, but don't have no London team. That don't make no sense to me. No disrespect to my listeners in London. I don't mean no disrespect. I don't think y'all should have a team. I don't think it'll make sense. I think logistically it'll be a nightmare for NFL teams. You'll diminish the product. The the players wouldn't be as up to it. And I don't think they would want to stay if they're born and raised in America. I don't think they'll want to leave their country and have to live in London. Again, no disrespect to my British listeners. I have a good friend who lives in London, Emma McGann. You know, so shout out to her. Listen to her stuff whenever you get a chance. She's a pop singer in England, so check her stuff out. She's really dope, really talented, beautiful music. So check her stuff out, and you know, all hail the Queen and all that good stuff. You know, no disrespect to the London Knights. You know. But y'all don't need no team. Y'all don't need no NFL team. I'll believe that. You know, and like I said, the MLB they're thinking about expanding. which is cool. I think 32 teams, because I think the NFL, model of 32 teams, 2 divisions, no, 2 conferences, 4 divisions in each conference, 4 teams in each division. I think that's perfect. So I think 32 teams for the other leagues would be cool too. So if the MLB wants to expand to 32 teams, I think that'd be perfect. And again, I don't care about baseball to begin with, so maybe I'm saying something that is completely ignorant. I don't know. I don't care. But listen, I think that if they want to do that, they can do it. That's cool. But again, strictly on this side of the planet, If you want to go put another team in Canada, cool. You want to put a team in Mexico, cool. My thing is, I think if you want to put a team, the best place to put a team is Puerto Rico, because there's a lot of Puerto Ricans who play professional baseball. If you have a team in Puerto Rico, that's like having a money farm, because they're going to support their team. They're going to root for their team. They're going to rush. They'll fall over each other to buy the memorabilia and to support their team, because that's them. Even if the players aren't Puerto Rican, they'll support the Puerto Rican team. Like if you have an American or a Dominican or a Japanese player playing in Puerto Rico and for the Puerto Rican team, the Puerto Rican MLB team, that's a money for them. Like that's easy money, I think. Like if it's all about that, if you're just about expanding your brand, then Mexico City. I heard Montreal was like maybe somewhere that I was thinking about going. But Puerto Rico, I think that would be my first thing. If I'm thinking about expanding the MLB, I'm going there. Because they love baseball. They have a lot of baseball players, young men who want to play baseball professionally. Have a team, they wouldn't even have to leave their country. You wouldn't even have to leave their country. They could be heroes in their own country, and I think that'd be dope. Because if they come here and they play professionally, they're heroes. They're heroes now. Then, that's what I'm thinking. But it's a shame, man. I was listening to Dan Le Batard's show, and it's a shame that Colin Cowherd got let go by ESPN. For saying for relating intelligence with the country. He said something like Major League Baseball is not baseball as a sport as a whole is not that difficult to understand. It's not a hard sport, not a complex sport to play or to do, and you can tell that by the fact that there are Dominican players who play baseball, and Dominican players aren't from places like the Dominican Republic isn't a highly educated place, is what he was saying, and I'm like, that's a little rough. I'm like, that's a tough one, Colin. I should say Mr. Cowherd. I'm giving him his respect. The way you said it, I could see what you're saying, but the way you said it was kind of rough. I didn't think he was gonna get fired for it though. Colin Cowherd is one of my favorites, man. He's an all-time great too. He's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. Like I listen to a lot of podcasts. It's something I just started listening to. I don't know where it came from. I had the podcast app on my phone forever, and I didn't understand it. I didn't like it. Like just people just talking. Like I don't care about this. But then I started with the Mike and Mike in the Morning podcast, because they have a radio show on ESPN. Mike Greenberg and Mike Golick, 2 radio sports talk show hosts, and they have a show on ESPN. It lasts about 4 hours long. They cut it down to about an hour, and they put the best stuff out on the podcast. And because I work early in the morning, so I would miss it. So I started listening to the podcast to catch up on what they were saying, and that's how it started with the podcast for me. And I've expanded to a bunch of podcasts, and a lot of them are on ESPN. But and that's what made me want to start my own. Because it's just the opinion. It's just you're just talking in the microphone. Maybe you're talking with a partner or a few partners, or maybe doing an interview here and there. It's just talking and just expounding on just perspectives on the world, and that's what I wanted to do. So that's why I'm doing it. But yeah, Colin Cowherd is one of the reasons why I'm doing this. Mike and Mike in the morning. SVP and Rosillo, even though SVP is not with Rosillo right now. Scott Van Pelt and Ryan Rosillo, two ESPN broadcasters, are fantastic at their jobs. Great. Everybody I'm talking about is just awesome at their jobs. I'm gonna just say that right now. I also listen to the Brilliant Idiots podcast. That's Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz. Charlemagne is my hero. Charlemagne is an all-time great, man. Charlemagne is a living legend right now. I'm gonna say a living legend because we'll see what time has in store for him. He can, one false move and he can ruin everything he's worked for. That's just the way the world is. But right now he's a great, and he is where I want to be. He is where I'm working towards being. But I'm not Charlemagne, and I'm Glenn. I'm GP, and I can only give you my truth, my perspective, my way. I can't. I wish I could be as abrasive and as funny as Charlemagne, but I'm me. I'm gonna give you a me. But like I said, he is where I want to be, so he is where I aspire to be. I actually got a chance to talk to him for a little bit over Twitter, and he said it's a grind, and just keep it up, keep doing what you're doing, and the money will come if you're good at it, and if you work at it, the money will come. And I really appreciate him talking to me about that and saying those kind words. So the Brilliant Idiots podcast inspired me to do this, but another one affiliated with the Brilliant Idiots podcast is a podcast called Tax Season that's featuring Charlemagne's friend Taxstone. Taxstone is a very he's a tough guy. That's the nicest, most positive way to say it. He's a tough guy, but he's a real one. And if you are a fan of hip hop culture, if I say a real one, you know what I'm talking about. He's a real one. And a lot of people, a lot of cats front. A lot of cats that really play tough on songs and play tough in the media, but softer than cotton, sweeter than pound cake when it's all said and done. Tax is I don't know him personally, but listening to him, I believe everything he says. He is not that guy to mess with, and having seen the things he's seen, having done the things he's done, having changed his life around the way he has and the way he's trying to, gives him a unique perspective, and that's why I listen to him. And he's really good. He's a really good interviewer. He doesn't stumble over his words like I do, working on it. He has a really good voice for radio. I mean, that's essentially what podcasting is. It's radio. I mean, it's tape. It's not live. I can edit it. I can edit this. I'm going to try to not to do that, to make it as authentic as possible. But he's really talented, and I love his show, Tax Season, Taxstone. Check him out. Bill Burr. Bill Burr is a comedian. He has a podcast that I just started listening to. He's awesome. He's funny. Check him out. The Monday Morning Podcast. Bill Burr. Old Freckles. Ladies. Love it, man. I love that podcast, man. And I think after Brilliant Idiots and after the Monday Morning Podcast by Bill Burr, I think that's what made me. I think that was the final straw. After I heard Bill Burr's podcast, I think that made me really want to do this thing. And I hope that I can get some reads, some advertisements, some sponsors, and I can do them in a creative and funny way like he does. That would be dope. That'd be cool. But he's awesome, and check his podcast out. He has his wife come in every now and then. Like I said, he's a comedian, so when he's on tour or when he's on at home, he does a podcast twice a week, and it's pretty much him complaining about whatever he feels like complaining about during the day. And that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk about how I feel about certain things. But like I said, that's all. And I'm gonna be very tangential. Also, I'm gonna talk about something, and then I'm gonna just jump to another thing, and I'm completely forget about the point that I was trying to make before. But hopefully y'all bear with me, and it doesn't annoy y'all too much. And I'm trying, I'm at 35 minutes right now. I'm gonna try to do this for like an hour, maybe. Trying to, this is just the second episode. I'm trying to develop this thing. I'm just flying to the seat of my pants. Hopefully it works out. But I don't know, whatever happens essentially. So hopefully y'all dig it and y'all stick with me. Tell your friends about it. I want to get as many people as possible. And but another reason I'm doing this podcast is to have more consistency with my releases, because I built this. I've made this YouTube page to showcase my music, and I only put out music every now and then, but I can do this a lot easier because I don't have to make a beat, I don't have to write a rhyme. I can just talk, stop recording, put it up, boom, there it is. And so I'm gonna try to make more consistency, because in the age of social media and the age of the internet, you have to be consistent, and you have to have if you want to be out there, if you want to have a voice, if you want to have an opinion, or you want to be somebody, you have to, every week or every day or every hour, you got to do something. You have to have something out there. So I'm going to try to do this once a week, and that way I have people coming to my YouTube so they can listen to the music also, because I'm a musician, I'm a hip hop artist. My rap name is Grasshopper GP. That's why you see Grasshopper GP everywhere. The reason why I took the name Grasshopper GP as my stage name is because, my name is GP. That's my initials, and I was working on some music, and I started seeing a lot of rappers named GP. I think there was one affiliated with DJ Drama at some point, one in New York. There's a bunch of GPs out there, and I mean, it's understandable. It's only 2 letters, but that's my name. It doesn't stand for anything. That's my name. So I decided, when I was working on a project, I decided to go by Grasshopper GP, because I was looking at Kung Fu, the show Kung Fu. They had clips of it on YouTube, and you must be like the grasshopper, young grasshopper, stuff like that. And to me, grasshopper symbolizes growth and development, and the desire to never stop exploring and stop growing, the quest to keep on going. That's what grasshopper represents. And because the character in Kung Fu, he's trying to be a better Kung Fu master, and it takes time, it takes growth and learning and making mistakes and learning from those mistakes. And that's why my name is Grasshopper GP. That's why my rap name is Grasshopper GP. But you don't have to call me Grasshopper. GP is just fine. A lot of people call me Grasshopper, and they don't have to. It's just GP. GP's fine. But yeah, I make music. I made 3 mixtapes using other people's beats, not for profit, no profit at all. I didn't make a dime off of any of the projects I made. But I used other people's beats because at the time I wasn't making beats, and the beats I was using was speaking to me. They inspired me, and a lot of the rhymes I already had written, but they flowed well with these old school 90s grooves, boom bap tight stuff, So shout out, and I always credit the beats that I use, because I want to make sure they get their credit, and I didn't make any money off those things. So I didn't want, and I didn't want money. Like, people would offer me, but like, I'm like, nope. I don't own this. I don't own the beats. I own my lyrics. My words are mine. They came out of my head. They came out of my mouth. That is my words. I don't own the beats. So no thanks. I appreciate that you like, I hope you like the rhymes more than the beats, because the rhymes are mine. But so no thanks, no money. But now I'm making my own beats, and I'm still writing my own rhymes, which you should do. I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. Anti-ghostwriting in hip hop. I'm anti-ghostwriting. I'm not about that. But I make my own beats now, and I've this is all my 100% me. So this is my monetized YouTube page for profit. This is for profit right here. This page is for profit. I have another page that is not for profit, where the mixtape stuff was, and currently is too. Yeah, so this is this page here is for profit. Everything, this is 100% me, all my stuff. Just give credit when credit's due. Don't steal. And give credit and thank the people who inspire you. That's what it's all about. So I'm working on my first commercial project, Water and Soul. I've been working on it for a few years now. It's pretty much finished. I just got a few finishing touches. I don't want to put it out though until I make some videos. So once I make some videos, I'll be putting the finished product out, and I hope that y'all like it and y'all go get it. It's gonna be on my Bandcamp. I have a Bandcamp, Grasshopper GP, really easy to find, and put a little money in the old tip jar if you like it. That's what it's all about, man. But it's the money's cool, but it's just about, for me, it's about touching people. Getting people who didn't listen to you before to listen to you. And people saying that they like your stuff. It means a lot to me. And I think that's why I do it. Of course, everything you do, you want to make $1 out of it. But creation, art, making something that people appreciate, that's what I've always been about. I can draw. I use Photoshop, photo editing software, I should say. Make music. Like, at the end of the day, I think all good artists, true artists, they just want to make something and people like it, even if they don't make $1 from it. I can almost guarantee that actors, comedians, musicians, anybody with a talent, they would do it even if you don't give them money, even if there was no money involved. They would do it. They just wanted to be appreciated. That's all. I'm gonna draw this picture. I just want people to say, "You did that?" Like, yeah, I did that, and be proud of it. That's I think that's the nucleus. That's the essence of art. You got something to say. You got something in your heart and in your soul. You want to get it out. And you have some kind of talent, some kind of skill, painting, writing, comedy, music, whatever you got some kind of skill, some kind of talent, and you want to get it out, and you have the tools to get it out, and once it's out, you want somebody to say, "I like that." That's art, and that's what I'm trying to do. And but yeah, also trying to make $1 or $2, And I think this is an art. I think talking on a microphone is an art, and it's not easy. Like I think, Colin Cowherd said it the best. He said it the best. Like, you think you could do this? You think you can talk about sports for 4 hours? I'll put you on the microphone right now. You talk for 15 minutes and you ain't finished. He didn't say it. No, that wasn't verbatim, but he said it like that, and I was like, that's right. Not everybody can do it. Not everybody can do it. And if Colin Cowherd doesn't have a partner, he doesn't have like a Ryan Russillo or a Mike Golick or Mike Greenberg. It's just him. He might toss it to his producer, and get him to say a couple things, and that'd be cool. A little back and forth right there. But mostly it's just him. Now that's tough, because essentially he's doing like what I'm doing right now. nobody's here. I'm essentially talking to myself, and then I'm gonna stop record and then I'm gonna put it out and hopefully you listen to it. But it's essentially, just talking to yourself, and then you gotta just keep formulating. And not only that, you have to enunciate. You have to be clear and concise with your thoughts and with your words. You have to be, you have to talk. You can't stumble over your words. You can't stop. You can't, say a lot. I say a lot. I'm trying to work on that, and then hopefully this podcast helps me to develop my talents. But it's not easy. It's not easy doing this, and it's not easy being in the media or being a reporter on the news or being your favorite radio host on the radio. It's not easy. This takes talent. This is a calling. Like, everything you do is a calling, and that's what I'm all about. I'm about people who followed their calling. I went to Enterprise because I needed to rent a car, and I'm looking at the guy, and he seemed like a good guy, But I'm just thinking to myself, like, this dude probably has a bunch of talent. He could probably do all kind of things, and that could not only support him but fulfill him. Make him feel better about his life. But he's behind this register tapping on his keyboard. I'm like, you don't really want to do that. I know you don't really want to do this. This is not the end for you. This is not where you want to be in life. I know it's not. Like if being behind a register or being behind some desk in some cubicle is what you want to do with your life, if that's what you want, if that's your dream, then I need you to do it. I need you to do it because you're going to be the best at it if that's what you want to do. But if you're just doing it just because you get paid just for some money, that's not life to me. I don't want to live like that. I need to do something that makes me happy, man. Money is a major issue for everybody. You got to make some money. You got bills to pay. You might have kids. You might have a wife. You might have, you got family members to support. But you got to be happy. Happiness is the most important thing in the world to me. You got to be happy. You got to do something. I just can't see myself behind some desk, for my whole life. I just can't. That's why, and like right now, I'm getting there. I'm growing and I'm developing, But I love my job at the TV station. I mean, love is a strong word. I like my job a lot, because it's where I want to be. It's the field I want to be in, It's the medium I want to be in. Like cause working in the news, working on TV. I want to be on TV. Or on the radio. I want to have a voice. I want to touch people. I want to inspire people. I want people to listen. But doing this, and I imagine doing it at my station, at a rival station, at ESPN, CNN, MTV, VH1, or even something like IGN, Screw Attack, anything like that. It takes talent. You have to be good at it. This is not easy. We're not doctors. We're not gonna save your life. But if there was no need for us to exist, we wouldn't exist. These jobs wouldn't exist. Somebody has to entertain. Somebody has to inform. And that's what people like me, people like us, media people, broadcasters. That's what we're here to do. So I don't like people who talk down upon themselves for being some people get broadcasting degrees and talk down on themselves no. Well, maybe you're a loser. Maybe you do suck at your job. Maybe you're terrible. Get out the field, get out my way, But don't talk down about yourself, cuz this takes talent. Being a director takes talent. Being a floor director takes talent. Being a graphics operator takes talent. Being a producer, being a writer, an editor, talking, being a performer, being talent takes talent. These are not easy jobs. We're not saving your life. We're not gonna get you out of jail. We're not doctors. We're not lawyers. Not saying that we couldn't be, because I believe in my whole heart that I can do anything in the world. There's nothing that I'm incapable of learning. But this is what I want to do. I want to inspire minds. And that's not gonna be easy. And I'm up for the challenge. I just can't be behind some desk my whole life. I just can't live like that. That ain't life to me. So I love the people. I love the people who follow their dreams. Shout out to you if you're following your dreams and you're doing what if you're doing what you want, and it's also funding you. You know, shout out to you. I love you from the bottom of my heart, because we're the people that the world needs, the dreamers. You know, the people who follow their dreams. You know, because there's a lot of people who just gave up. And like Tyler the Creator is a rapper. He's a rapper, member of Odd Future, from the West Coast rapper. Very talented young man. He said one of his jobs before becoming a rapper, making music his career, one of his jobs was working for FedEx, I think. No, UPS. I think he was working for UPS. Some type of job like that, and he was in a warehouse where he was just pushing boxes on a track or something, and it was like people that terrified him, seeing people happy with that. Like, yeah, you getting a paycheck, but what are you doing? What are you doing for the world? Like you're not inspiring people. You're not. I don't know. I feel him 100%. Like, you can't be happy just pushing a box. You know, unless, again, like, no disrespect, if that's your dream, I don't care. Like, if your dream is to do that, then I need you to do that. Please do it. You know, because you're a dreamer too. If that's what you want to do, then do it. But that's not my dream. That's not what I want to do. You know, like, we've all had jobs that we didn't want to do. We've all, like, I don't think you're human if you ain't worked in a restaurant or if you ain't worked retail. You know. And those people, some people will love it, and shout out to them. Much love to you. Some people love it. Some people are there just to get some money, get enough money so they can go somewhere else. Shout out to those people too, because I can dig it. When I was doing those types of jobs, I knew for a fact, with all my heart, I didn't want to be here. You know, I'm just here because I need the money. You know, but there's more to life than money. It's about happiness. It's about goals. It's about dreams. It's about never giving up on hope and dreams. You know, because that's what keeps you young. That's what keeps you sane. That's what keeps you human. That's what keeps you alive, you know. Like, there's a lot of people just walking around. That's zombies, man. Cyborgs, man. Robots, you know. Programmed. Get up, do their mediocre task, then go to sleep. And that's life. I can't have it. I can't have it. That terrifies me, man. That frightens me. Like, you get up, you do the same tap, tap, tap on your little computer or your little spreadsheet or whatever, and or you do some lame job, then you go to sleep and you get up and do it again. Like, no, man, you can do so much better. And I believe that. I believe that everybody has some kind of skill or talent that can make the world a better place and get you money. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm going to do. Mark my words on this here podcast, the Aqua Method Podcast, which is currently at 53 minutes. I'm going to try to, like, after an hour, I'm going to shut it down. But, and I hope that y'all sticking with me. I love that. If you're still here, I appreciate it. And I love that you're still rocking with your boy. You know. But yeah, man, it's all about dreams, man. It's all about dreams. Don't ever give up. You know, don't ever give up on your dreams. If you're listening to me, I don't care what you want to do. You want to be an astronaut, be the best astronaut in the world. You know, it's going to be a tough road. And that's what people don't understand. Like, yeah, it's going to be hard, but I want it to be hard. I don't want it if it's easy. You know, I want to have something to work for. I want to have a legacy. I want to build a legacy. You know, like, what's your legacy? You know, like if you got some mediocre job, what's your legacy? You know, when you said and done, when you retire from this job, how easy is it for you to be replaced? You know, like, will there be a statue of you when you're done? Will there be a plaque? Like, will people care that you ever did the job? You know, I can't have it, man. I want to leave a footprint on this planet, man. I want to leave a crater, you know, a crater in the shape of a G and a P on planet Earth, man. That's what I want to do, and that's what I'm gonna do. You know, never give up, because even if you're doing a mediocre job, if you want to do it, keep it up, be the best at it. But if you want to get out there, do what you got to do, learn. Always never stop learning. Get as many skills as you can, and once you have the funds or the materials you need to support your dreams, then you follow your dreams. Don't ever give up. I don't care what nobody say, cause I don't care. Cause I personally don't care what nobody say. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me that I can't do anything, cause I know I can do everything in the world. So I hope that my listeners, the people who listen to me, believe that. And if you don't and you still listen to me, that's cool. Challenge me on it, cause like this is the way I think. Nobody in the world can tell me no different. I can do and be anything I want to be. And you have to have that mindset. You have to be free. You can't be scared. You gotta keep going. Because the dreamers make the world go round. It's not the lames. Lames don't make the world go round. Lames just worker bees. I don't like worker bees. I don't like ants. Just grab that dirt, move that dirt, and make the anthill. Nope. I don't like them. I don't like those type of people. I like the people who fly, who do their own thing. So shout out to all the flyers, man, and all the dreamers. I know plenty of people who don't make a lot of money, but they're following their dreams, and that means the world to me. So shout out to you. I got people that I graduated high school with who are following their dreams. Shout out to you. That people that I graduated college with following their dreams. Shout out to you. Because you gonna make it. We gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Everybody, dreamers gonna make it. The lames don't. They just unplug from their their USB cord and go do their robot job and go power down. Another thing I don't like, coffee zombies. I call them coffee zombies. People that need coffee. That's another thing. Like people that are addicted to coffee. Like you can tell people like their whole day is wrong if they don't have that coffee, man. I don't understand that. There are things that I love a lot. There are things that I do almost religiously, but coffee ain't one of them. I can't understand that. That first of all, it's nasty. Second of all, like Yahoo be doing that all the time. Yahoo be saying like it's good for you, and then like a month later they say like the 5 reasons coffee is good for you. The 5 reasons coffee is bad for you. And stuff like that. So I don't understand. I don't like that. I don't like anything that alters my state of mind. Like I feel like this is me all the time. When I'm mad, you'll see me a little angrier. When I'm really happy, you'll see me a little happier. When I'm sad, you'll see me a little more depressed. When I'm nervous, you'll see me a little more anxious, But this is pretty much it, But some people, like, if they don't get this thing, they don't get this this magical potion, their whole mood changes. I don't want to be like that. I don't like them type of people. That's scary, Coffee zombies, Coffee cubicle zombies, cyborgs. I don't like them. So hopefully you're not a cyborg. Just follow your dreams is all I'm doing. That's all I want to say. Follow your dreams, man. But yeah, podcast is pretty much just a bunch of rambling. And I've done that for about an hour now, and I hope that you're still here. If you're not, then hopefully episode 3 will get you to come back. This your boy GP. This has been the Aqua Method Podcast, episode 2. I'm going to figure out some cool sig out, but I think I'm going to stick with y'all be good and peace. So, because I say that to everybody when I leave them, when I leave my co-workers, or when I leave my friends, I say y'all be good. Hopefully you have a good rest of the day, a good rest of the evening whenever you're listening to this. And I really, really appreciate you taking the time out to listen to this. And let me know how I can make this better. Let me know in the comments. Because like I said, this is the internet and nobody's scared to give out their opinions, because a lot of people are jerks and they don't care. So I welcome it. I don't care. Hopefully I get a lot of positive comments, constructive criticism and all that stuff, and I'm going to take heed to it, and I'm going to try to make this better. This is like an experiment. So yeah, thank you for listening. Aqua Method Podcast, episode 2. It's your boy GP. Y'all be good.